How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to talk about how to be frugal even when you're not. I'm pretty frugal myself, and you can see from my channel that it comes pretty easily to me. You, on the other hand, could be a person that spends a lot but wants to be frugal and yet does not know how. So this video is for you if you're looking for the motivation on how to be more frugal, reasons behind it, and maybe some mind hacks to do this. Well, this video is all about this. So there are two camps here. One would say you only live once. The other camp would say you're saving for your future. It's important to live in the moment, and it's also important to save for the future. However, you don't want to spend everything you got to live in the moment because you do want to save for your future. You also don't want to save for your future so much that you're not living your life today. Being frugal to me does not mean you're depriving yourself of all the pleasures of the world. It just means you're more careful with your money and that you do not go all crazy spending on things that you like. So if 0 is spending just the bare minimum like food, shelter, and internet, and 10 is just going all out crazy and just spending every single paycheck that you have in full, then I'd say being frugal is kind of like dialing it all the way down to 0, and then you come back 2 notches to a 2. 2 is a good point to be at because you dialed everything back to a bare minimum. You're spending on equivalent things and spending very minimally, and yet you spend a little bit on some pleasures that you really enjoy. So this really makes you prioritize what spending you put on things that you enjoy. First, let me give you a quick motivation why you should actually save money. This is really for financial independence because if you save enough, you can actually save a lot of time. You may be able to retire earlier. As a crazy example, if a person makes $1 million a year and they go ahead and spend $1 million every year as well, yeah, they're going to live this really crazy life, but they're never going to be able to retire because they're not saving anything. If, however, let's say you make $50,000 and you spend $25,000 a year, well, you're saving $25,000 every year. That means every year that you work, you're saving 1 year worth of retirement. If, on the other hand, let's say you still make $50,000 and you turn your spending all the way down to $10,000 a year, it means every single year you're saving 4 years worth of retirement. So when you turn down your spending that much, you're actually doing 2 things at the same time. You're saving more and you're also reducing your expenditure when you're retired. It's a twofold effect here because the less you spend a year, the longer your money will last when you're in retirement. To me, the key to spending less is to actually understand how the world works and how your mind works. Some of us have an itch to buy things all the time. Why is that? Because you're watching too many ads on TV and all this information gets injected into your mind and you don't even realize it. So when you go to the mall, you have all this urge to get one thing after another. Take, for example, if there's 2 products on the shelf and they're equivalent things, they're same exact price, and yet you watch commercials for one of them, which one are you going to buy? You're going to buy the one that you're more familiar with. Therefore, the ads are indeed influencing you just from this simple example. Sometimes shopping is sort of like a stress reliever for some, and this might be actually an addiction. So you really need to channel your energy from relieving stress, from going shopping to actually relieving stress in other ways. Some people may actually want to buy everything because when they're young, they actually never had all these nice things. On the other hand, some people are actually buying stuff in order to raise their social status. Once you realize that you're doing this, you may not actually want to buy that item anymore because you realize, why should you buy an item just to raise your social status? Why do you need to buy this just to show off? Some people might say, I have money, why can't I reward myself? Why can't I spend some of it on myself? Well, you can. It just has to do with how fast you want to reach financial independence and how much you feel that your time is worth. Imagine whenever you're buying something that if you cannot show it to anyone, talk to anyone about it, post a picture on Facebook about it, would you still buy it? Now, if you still would buy it, it just means that you're not buying this item to show off and that you're really buying this just for yourself. To me, this kind of purchase gets the most bang for the buck because when you're buying something to show off to others, it's an endless cycle. You always want to buy something bigger or more expensive than other people, and it's just going to go on and on. In the end, you're not getting much utility out of it. You're just trying to keep up with other people. So let me just say, if you are not well practiced of being frugal is actually really hard because there's a lot of social pressures to force you to try to spend more. Friends are gonna go, hey, why don't you have this item? Why don't you have this? You should upgrade. You should get this. You should get that. You should come with us to, have a yacht party or whatnot. To be frugal and to save a lot, you actually need to have an I don't give a shit attitude, just like a honey badger. You might wonder, where does this I don't care attitude come from? It comes from your confidence and your self-worth. It is not what you carry or what you wear, but who you are that matters. You can actually make yourself stronger and have more of this I don't care attitude so that people's opinions does not affect you very much. For one, if you're financially sound, this already gives you a lot of confidence. If you move on to become financially independent, you can be even more confident and have even more of this I don't care what people think about me attitude. Your body fitness is another point, because if you look good and you're fit, then you have more confidence as well. Your complexion also plays a large part in your self-worth and your confidence, so you really want to keep your skin clear. If you're interested in my facial routine, I'll leave my video over here. Now the last thing to boost your confidence is really to find your life's purpose and your life's goal. Once you have something that's meaningful that you can work towards, you can pretty much forget about everything else because you don't care what people think about you. You just want to satisfy this goal that you have. Having something meaningful to shoot for is very important because it sort of defines who you are. If you know who you are, then you can just go, I don't care what other people think who I am. I know who I want to be. Then you can be that much stronger. So I hope these tips and tricks helps you become more confident and actually helps you become more frugal, because that's the basis of being more frugal. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below. Let me know if I missed out anything that helps you boost your confidence. If you're interested in supporting this channel, don't forget to check out my Audible link down in the video description below, where you can get a free audiobook. And if you don't like the audiobook or the service, you can cancel before the trial period ends. You can still keep the audiobook and you can still help benefit this channel. I also have a 30-day free trial for Gamefly down below, where it's kind of like a Netflix for video games, where you can rent out a game for 30 days free. You can try out this game, and if you don't like it, you can cancel the subscription before the trial period ends and you won't owe a thing. I also have a Patreon over here, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.